hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost and won.
That will be at the set of sun, where the place?
Upon the heath.
There to meet with Macbeth.
By his plight of the revolt, the newest state.
This is the sergeant, who like a good and hardy soldier fought against my captivity.
As two spent swimmers that do cling together and show their art, the merciless MacDonald, worthy to be a rebel, showed like a rebel's horn, but all's too weak. The brave Macbeth, well, he deserves that name, disdaining fortune with his brandished steel, like valor's minion carved out his passage till he faced the slave, which ne'er shook hands nor bade farewell to him, till he unseamed him from the nave to the chops and fixed his head upon our battlements. So from that spring whence comfort seemed to come, discomfort swells, and in their wayward world, with furbished arms and new supplies of men, began a fresh assault.
Dismayed not this, our captains Macbeth and Banquo.
If I say sooth, I must report they were as cannons overcharged with double cracks, so they doubly redoubled strokes upon the foe. But I am faint. My gashes cry for help.
Comes here?
The worthy Thane of Ross.
God save the king!
Whence camest thou, worthy Thane?
From Fife, great king. Norway himself, assisted by that most disloyal traitor, the Thane of Cawdor, began a dismal conflict, curbing his lavish spirit. But to conclude, the victory fell on us.
Great happiness. No more that Thane of Cawdor shall deceive our bosom interest. Go, pronounce his present death, and with his former title, great Macbeth.
I'll see it done.
What he hath lost, noble Macbeth hath won.
Where hast thou been, sisters?
Killing swine.
Sister, where thou?
Look what I have.
Show me, show me.
Here I have a pilot's thumb, wrecked as homeward he did come.
A drum, a drum.
Macbeth doth come. The weird sisters hand in hand, posters of the sea and land, thus to go about, thrice to thine and thrice to mine, and thrice to thine and thrice to mine, and thrice again to make up 9. Peace, the charms wound up.
So foul and fair a day I have not seen. Oh, how forest called to forest.
What are these, so withered and so wild in their attire, that look not like the inhabitants of the earth, and yet are on't?
Speak if you can, what are you?
Oh, hail, Macbeth. Hail to thee, Thane of Glamis.
All hail Macbeth, hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor.
All hail Macbeth that shalt be king hereafter.
Good sir, why do you start, and seem to fear things which do sound so fair? Present grace and great prediction that he seems rapt withal. To me, you speak not. If you can look into the seeds of time, speak then to me, who neither begs nor fears your favors nor your hate.
Hail.
Hail.
Hail. Lesser than Macbeth and greater.
Not so happy, yet much happier.
Thou shalt get kings, though thou be none. So all hail Macbeth and Banquo.
Banquo and Macbeth, oh hail.
Stay, you imperfect speakers, tell me more. By Sinel's death I know I am Thane of Glamis, but how of Cawdor? The Thane of Cawdor lives a prosperous gentleman, and to be king stands not within the prospect of belief, no more than to be Cawdor. Speak, I charge you.
The earth hath bubbles, as the water has, and these are of them. Whither are they vanished? With such things here as we do speak about.
Your children shall be kings.
You shall be king.
And Thane of Cawdor too, went it not so?
Self-same tune and words. Who's here?
The king hath happily received, Macbeth, the news of thy success, and we are sent to give thee from our royal master thanks. And for an earnest of a greater honor, he bade me from him call thee Thane of Cawdor.
What, can the devil speak true?
The Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Who was the Thane lives yet, but under heavy judgment bears that life which he deserves to lose. But treason's capital have overthrown him.
Glamis, and Thane of Cawdor. The greatest is behind. Thanks for your pains.
Cousin, a word, I pray you.
Cannot be ill. Cannot be good. If ill, why hath it given me earnest of success, commencing in a truth? I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why do I yield to that suggestion whose horrid image doth unfix my hair and make my seated heart knock at my ribs against the use of nature? Present fears are less than horrible imaginings. My thought, whose murder yet is but fantastical, shakes so my single state of man that function is smothered in surmise, and nothing is but what is not.
Look how our partners wrapped withal.
If chance will have me king, why chance may crown me without my stir.
Worthy Macbeth, we stay upon your leisure.
Give me your favor. My dull brain was wrought with things forgotten. Let us toward the king. Think upon what hath chanced, and let us speak our free hearts to each other.
Is execution done on Cawdor? Are not those in commission yet returned?
My liege, they are not yet come back. But I have spoken with one that saw him die, who did report that he confessed his treason.
There's no art to find a mind's construction in the face. He was a gentleman on whom I built an absolute trust. Oh, worthiest cousin! Even now the sin of my ingratitude was heavy on me. Only I have left to say, more is thy due than more than all can pay.
The service and the loyalty I owe, in doing it pays itself.
Noble Banquo, that hast no less deserved, nor must be known no less to have done so. Let me enfold thee, and hold thee to my heart.
There if I grow, the harvest is your own.
Sons, kinsmen, thanes, and those of you whose places are the nearest, know that we shall establish our estate upon our eldest, Malcolm, whom we name hereafter the Prince of Cumberland. Come, go we to Inverness, and bind us further to you.
The rest is labor which is not used for you. I'll be myself the harbinger and make joyful the hearing of my wife with your approach. So humbly take my leave.
My worthy Cawdor.
Prince of Cumberland? That is a step on which I must fall down, or else o'erleap. For in my way it lies. Stars, hide your fires. Let not light see my black and deep desires.
They met me in the day of success, and I have learned by the perfectest report they have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burned in desire to question them further, they made themselves air into which they vanished. Whilst I stood wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hailed me Thane of Cawdor, by which title before these weird sisters saluted me, and referred me to the coming on of time with, Hail, king that shalt be. This have I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou mightst not lose the dues of rejoicing by being ignorant of what greatness is promised thee. Lay it to thy heart and farewell. Glamis thou art, and Cawdor, and shalt be what thou art promised. Yet do I fear thy nature. It is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldst be great, art not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. Hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits into thine ear, and chastise with my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have thee crowned withal. What is your tidings?
The king comes here tonight.
Thou art mad to say it. Is not thy master with him, who, were it so, would have informed for preparation?
So please you, it is true.
The raven himself is hoarse that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here, and fill me from the crown to the toe, top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood, stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the fect and it. Come to my woman's breasts and take my milk for gall. Come, thick night, and pall thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it make, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold! Hold. Great Glamis, worthy Cawdor, greater than both by the all-hail hereafter.
My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow, as he purposes.
Oh, never shall sun that morrow see. Your face, my thane, is as a book, where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, look like the time. Bear welcome in your eye, your hand, your tongue. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. He that's coming must be provided for, and you shall put this night's great business into my dispatch.
We will speak further.
Only look up clear. To alter favor ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me.
See, our honored hostess. The love that follows us sometimes is our trouble, yet still we thank as well.
All our service, in every point twice done, and then done double, we're poor and single business to contend against those honors deep and broad wherewith your majesty loads our house.
Where's the Thane of Cawdor? Conduct me to mine host. We love him highly, and shall continue our graces toward him. By your leave, hostess.
If it were done when 'tis done, and for well it were done quickly, if the assassination could trammel up the consequence and catch with his surcease success, that but this blow might be the be-all and the end-all here. We still have judgment here. He's here in double trust. First, as I am his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed, then as his host, who should against his murderer shut the door, not bear the knife myself. I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, but only vaulting ambition, which o'erleaps itself and falls on the other. We will proceed no further in this business.
Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since? And wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely?
Prithee, peace. I dare do all that may become a man. Who dares do more is none.
When you durst do it, then you were a man. And to be more than what you were, you would be so much more the man. I have given suck, and know How tender 'tis to love the babe that milked me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums and dashed the brains out had I so sworn as you have done to this.
We should fail.
We fail! But screw your courage to the sticking place, and we'll not fail. When Duncan is asleep, his 2 chamberlains will I with wine and wassail so convince, and when in swinish sleep their drenched natures lie as in a death, what cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan?
Bring forth men, children only, for thy undaunted metal should compose nothing but males. Will it not be received that they have done to?
Who dares receive it other, as we shall make our griefs and clamour roar upon his death?
Away, and mock the time with fairest show. False face must hide what the false heart doth know.
How goes the night, boy?
The moon is down. I have not heard the clock.
A heavy summons lies like lead upon me, and yet I would not sleep. Merciful powers, restrain in me the cursed thoughts that nature gives way to in repose. Who's there?
A friend.
What, sir? Not yet at rest? The king's abed. I dreamt last night of the 3 Wayard sisters. To you they have showed some truth.
I think not of them. Yet when we can entreat an hour to serve, we would spend it in some words upon that business.
I shall be counselled.
Good repose the while.
Thanks, sir. The like to you.
Is this a dagger which I see before me? The handle toward my hand. Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Art thou not fatal vision, but a dagger of the mind? A false creation proceeding from the heat oppressed brain? Mine eyes are made the fools of the other senses, or else worth all the rest. I see thee still, and on thy blade indulging gouts of blood, which was not so before. There's no such thing! It is the bloody business which informs thus to mine eyes. Thou sure and firm set earth, hear not my steps which way they walk, for fear thy very stones prate of my whereabouts, and take the present horror from the time. I go, and it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell which summons thee to heaven or to hell.
That which hath made them drunk hath made me bold. What hath quenched them hath given me fire. Hark, peace. It was the owl that shrieked, the fatal bellman which gives the sternst good night. He is about it. My husband?
I have done the deed. I shall not hear a noise.
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry.
Who lies in the second chamber?
Donalbain.
This is a sorry sight.
A foolish thought to say a sorry sight.
As one did laugh in sleep, and one cried murder, that they did wake each other. I stood and heard them. One cried, God bless us, and amen the other, as they had seen me with these hangman's hands. Listening their fear, I could not say amen when they did say, God bless us.
Consider it not so deeply.
Methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth does murder sleep!
Who was it that thus cried? Why, worthy thing, you do unbend your noble strength to think so brain-sickly of things. Go, get some water and wash this filthy witness from your hand.
Why did you bring these daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go, carry them and smear the sleeping rooms with blood.
I'll go no more. I am afraid to think what I have done.
Infirm of purpose. Give me the daggers. The sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. If he do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the grooms withal, for it must seem their guilt.
Whence is that knocking? How is 't with me when every noise appalls me? What hands are here? Oh, they pluck out mine eyes.
My hands are of your color, but I shame to wear a heart so white. You're nothing yourself. Retire we to our chamber. A little water clears us of this deed.
Oh, wait, don't do it, I nothing!
I would thou couldst.
Here's a knocking indeed. If a man were a porter of Hellgate, he should have all turning the key. Knock, knock. Who's there? In the name of Beelzebub. Knock, knock. Never at quiet.
What are you? But this place is too cold for hell. I'll devil border it no further. I had thought to let in some of all that go the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire. Oh, anon, I pray you, remember the porter.
Was it so late, friend, ere you went to bed, that you do lie so late?
Faith, sir, we were carousing till the second cock, and drink, sir, is a great provoker of three things.
What three things does drink especially provoke?
Marry, sir, nose painting, sleep, and urine. Lechery. It provokes and unprovokes. It provokes the desire, but takes away the performance. Therefore, much drink may be said to be an equivocator with lechery. It sets him on and takes him off, makes him stand to and not stand. In conclusion, it equivocates him in his sleep, and giving him the lie, leaves him.
I believe drink gave thee the lie last night.
That it did, sir, in the very throat of me. But I requited him for his lie. And I think, though he took up my legs sometimes, I made a shift to cast him.
Is thy master stirring? Good morrow, both. Is the king stirring, worthy thane?
Not yet.
He did command me call timely on him. I have almost slipped the hour.
I will bring you to him.
I'll make so bold to call, for 'tis my limited service.
Goes the king hence today?
He does. He did appoint so.
Night has been unruly. Where we lay, lamentings heard i' the air. Strange screams of death clamored the livelong night.
'Twas a rough night.
Oh! Harder! 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 Tongue nor heart cannot conceive nor name thee.
What's the matter?
What's the matter? Most sacrilegious murder hath broke up the Lord's anointed temple and stole thence the life of the building.
You, his majesty.
Approach the chamber and destroy your sight with a new gorgon. Do not bid me speak, see! And then speak yourselves. Awake! Awake! Bring the alarm bell! Awake! from your graves! Rise up like sprites and countenance this horror!
What's the business that such a hideous trumpet calls to parley on the sleepers of the house? Speak! Speak!
Gentlemen, it is not for you to hear what I may speak. Oh, Banquo. Our royal master is murdered.
What? In our house?
Dear dove, I prithee, contradict thyself and say it is not so.
Had I but died an hour before this chance, I had lived a blessed time. For from this instant, there's nothing serious in mortality. All is but toys. Renown and grace is dead.
What is amiss?
Thy royal father's murdered.
By whom?
Those of his chamber, as it seemed, had dealt. Their hands and faces were all patched with blood, so were their daggers.
Oh, yet I do repent me of my fury that I did kill them.
Wherefore did you so?
Who can be wise, amazed, temperate and furious, loyal and neutral in a moment? Here lay Duncan, his silver skin laced with his golden blood, and his gashed stabs looked like a breach in nature for ruin's wasteful entrance. Who could refrain? That had a heart to love, and in that heart courage to make his love known.
Help me, Hans.
Look to the lady. Let us meet and question this most bloody piece of work. Fears and scruples shake us. In the great hand of God I stand. And thence against the undivulged pretense I fight of treasonous mouths.
And so do I.
Let's put our manly readiness and meet in the hall together.
Why do we hold our tongues that most may claim this argument for ours?
What should be spoken here, where our fate, even over whom a Russian sees us? Let's away, our tears are not yet proved.
What will you do? Let's not consort with them. To show an unfelt sorrow is an office which the false man does easy. I'll to England.
To Ireland, our separated fortune shall keep us both the safer. Where we are, there's daggers in men's smiles.
How goes the world, sir, now?
Why, see not.
Is't known who did this more than bloody deed?
Malcolm and Donalbain, the king's two sons, are stolen away and fled, which puts upon them suspicion of the deed.
And 'tis most likely the sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth.
He is already named and gone to Scone to be invested.
Will you to Scone?
No, cousin. I'll to Fife.
Well, I will thither.
Well, may you see things well down there. Adieu.
Farewell.
Thou hast it now. King Cawdor gloms all as the wayward women promised. And I fear thou playedst most foully for it. Yet it was said it should not stand in thy posterity, but that myself should be the root and father of many kings. If there come truth from them, why, by the verities on thee made good, may they not be my oracles as well, and set me up in hope? But hush, no more.
Here's our chief
If
guest.
he had been forgotten, it had been as a gap in our great feast.
Tonight we hold a solemn supper, sir, and I'll request your presence.
Let your highness command upon me, to the which my duties are with a most indissoluble tie forever knit.
Ride you this afternoon?
Aye, my good lord.
As far you ride.
As far, my lord, as will fill up the time twixt this and supper. Go not my horse the better, I must become a borrower of the night, for a dark hour or twain.
Fail not our feast.
My lord, I will not.
We hear our bloody cousins are bestowed in England and in Ireland, not confessing their cruel parricide. But of that tomorrow. Hie you to horse, adieu. Goes Fleance with you.
Aye, my good lord. Our time does call upon us.
Then I wish your horses swift and sure of foot, and so I do commend you to their backs. Farewell. Till supper time alone. Well then, God be with you. To be thus is nothing, but to be safely thus. Our fears and Banquo stick deep, and there's none but he whose being I do fear. He chid the sisters and bade them speak, then profit like they held him father to a line of kings. No son of mine succeeding. If it be so for Banquo's issue, have I filed my mind. For them, the gracious Duncan, have I murdered, to make them kings, the seed of Banquo kings.
Hail.
Rather than so, come fate into the list, and champion me to the utterance. Who's there? Was it not yesterday we spoke together?
It was, so please your highness.
Both of you know Banquo was your enemy.
True, my lord.
So is he mine. And though I could with barefaced power sweep him from my side and bid my will avouching, yet I must not. That I to your assistance do make love, masking the business from the common eye for sundry weighty reasons.
We shall, my lord, perform what you command us.
Though our lives...
Your spirits shine through you. Within this hour at most I will advise you where to plant yourselves, acquaint you with the perfect spy of the time, the moment on't, for it must be done tonight. Fleance, his son that keeps him company, whose absence is no less material to me than is his father's, must embrace the fate of that dark hour. Resolve yourselves apart. I'll come to you anon. It is concluded. Banquo, thy soul's flight, if it find heaven, must find it out tonight.
Say to the king I would attend his leisure for a few words.
Madam, I will.
Naught's had, all spent, bright desires got without content. 'Tis safer to be that which we destroy than by destruction dwell in doubtful joy. How now, my lord? Why do you keep alone? Using those thoughts which you indeed have died with them may think on. What's done is done.
We've scorched the snake, not killed it. In the affliction of these terrible dreams that shake us nightly, better be with the dead, whom we, to gain our peace, have sent to peace, than on the torture of the mind to lie in restless ecstasy.
Gentle, my lord. Sleek o'er your rugged looks. Be bright and jovial among your guests tonight.
So shall I, love, and so I pray be you. Let your remembrance apply to Banquo. Present him with eminence, both with eye and tongue, unsafe the while with me. Oh, full of scorpions is my mind, dear wife! Thou knowest that Banquo and his Fleance lives.
But in them nature's copies not in turn.
There's comfort yet. They are assailable. And be thou jock, and ere the bat hath flown his cloistered flight, there shall be done a deed of dreadful note.
What's to be done?
Be innocent of the knowledge, dearest Chuck, till thou applaud the deed. Thou marvelest at my words, but hold thee still. Things bad begun may strong themselves by ill.
Now spurs the little traveller apace to gain the timely end, and there approaches the subject of our watch.
I hear horses.
Give us a light there, ho!
A light, a light.
Step to it.
Will we rain tonight? Let it come down. Oh, treacherous villain!
for one girl.
The sun is fled.
Let's away and see how much is done.
You know your own degrees. Sit down. Ourself will play the humble host and mingle with society. Our hostess keeps her state, but in best time we will require her welcome.
Pronounce it for me, sir, to all our friends, for my heart speaks they are welcome.
See they encounter thee with their hearts' thanks. Both sides are even. Here I'll sit in the midst, be large in mirth. Anon we'll drink and measure the table round. There's blood on my face.
'Tis Banquo's then.
Is he dispatched?
My lord, his throat is cut. That I did for him.
Thou art the best of the cutthroats.
Most royal, sir. Fleance escaped.
Then comes my fit again. I am bound into saucy doubts and fears. But Banquo's safe.
Aye, my good lord safe in a ditch he bides.
There the grown serpent lies. The worm that's fled hath nature that in time will venom breed. No teeth for the present. Get thee gone, we'll hear ourselves again tomorrow.
My royal lord, you do not give the cheer.
Sweet remembrance, sir. Now, good digestion wait on appetite, and health on both.
May it please your highness sit.
Here had we now our country's honored roof, where the graced person of our Banquo present.
His absence, sir, lays blame upon his promise. Please your highness to grace us with your royal presence.
The table's full.
Here is the place reserved, sir.
Where?
Here, my good lord. What is that moves your highness?
Which of you have done this?
What, my good lord?
Thou canst not say I did it. Never shake thy gory locks at me.
Gentlemen, rise. His highness is not well.
Sit, worthy friends. My lord is often thus, and hath been from his youth. Pray you keep seat. The fit is momentary. Upon a thought he will again be well. Are you a man?
Aye, and a bold one that dare look on that which might appall the devil.
Oh, proper stuff. This is the very painting of your fear. Why do you make such faces? When all's done, you look but on a stool.
Prithee, see there. Behold, look. Lo, how say you?
What? Quite unmanned in folly.
If I stand here, I saw him.
My worthy lord, your noble friends do lack you.
I do forget. Do not muse at me, my most worthy friends. Then I'll sit down. Give me some wine. I'll fill full. And now I drink to the general joy of the whole table.
Our duties and the pledge.
Avaunt, and quit my sight. Let the earth hide thee, thy bones are marrowless, thy blood is cold.
Think of this, good peers, but as a thing of custom, 'tis no other, only it spoils the pleasure of the time.
Hence, horrible shadow! I am a man again. I pray you sit still.
You have displaced the mirth, broke the good meeting with most admired disorder.
Can such things be? When now I think you can behold such sights and keep the natural ruby of your cheeks, when mine is blenched with fear.
What sights, my lord?
I pray you speak not. He grows worse and worse. Stand not upon the order of your going, but go at once.
Good night, and better health attend his majesty.
A kind good night to all.
It will have blood. They say blood will have blood. I will tomorrow to the wed sisters, more shall they speak. I am in blood stepped in so far that should I wait no more, returning were as tedious as gore. Come, we'll to sleep. My strange and self-abuse is the initiate fear that wants hard use. We are yet but young indeed.
Things had been strangely born. The gracious Duncan was pitied of Macbeth. Mary, he was dead. Who cannot want the thought how monstrous it was for Malcolm and for Donalbain to kill their gracious father? I hear Macduff lives in disgrace. Sir, can you tell where he bestowed himself?
The son of Duncan, from whom this tyrant holds the dew of birth, lives in the English court. Thither Macduff is gone to pray the holy Canaan.
And a swift blessing may soon return to this our suffering country under a hand accursed.
Round about the cauldron go, in the poison enter throw, told that under the coastal days and night 31 spells as well and sleeping out by their first in the charmed pot. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire, burn and cauldron bubble, fill it!
A fenny snake in the cauldron boil and bake, eye of ancient toad craw, wool of bat and tongue of dog, for charm of powerful trouble, like a hell broth boil and bubble.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire, burn and cauldron bubble, scale!
Dragon tooth of wolf, witch's mummy, maw and gulf, finger of birth strangled babe, ditch delivered by a drab, make the gruel thick and slab, add thereto a tiger's children for the ingredients of our cauldron.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire, burn and cauldron bubble.
Cool it with a baboon's blood, then the charm is firm and good.
By the breaking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes.
How now, you secret black and midnight hags, what is't you do?
A deed without a name. Ha!
I conjure you, by that which you profess, however you come to know it, answer me.
Speak,
demand.
Will answer. Say, if thou brother hear it from our mouth or from our masters.
Call him. Let me see him.
Come, high or low.
It's definitely show.
Macbeth, Macbeth, Macbeth. Beware, Macduff. Beware the Thane of Five. Dismiss me. Enough.
For thy good caution, thanks. Thou hast talked my fear aright, but one word more.
He will not be commanded. Here's another, more potent than the first.
Macbeth, Macbeth, Macbeth.
Had I 3 years, I'd hear thee.
Be bloody, bold, and resolute. Laugh to scorn the power of man, for none of woman-born shall harm Macbeth.
And live, Macduff. What need I fear of thee? But yet I'll make assurance double sure, and take a bond of fate. Thou shalt not live.
Be lion-mettled, proud, and take no care, who chafes, who frets, or where conspirers are. Macbeth shall never vanquished be, until great Birnam Wood to high Dunsinane Hill shall come against him.
That will never be. Yet my heart throbs to know one thing more. Tell me if your art can tell so much. Shall Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Seek to know no more.
I will be satisfied. Deny me this and an eternal curse fall on you. Let me know.
Show his eyes.
And breathe his heart.
Come like shadows, so depart.
What's your grace's will?
Where are they? Gone. Saw you the way of sisters?
No, my lord.
Can they not buy you?
No, indeed, my lord.
Infected be the air whereon they ride, and damned all those that trust them. I did hear the galloping of horses. Who else came by?
'Tis 2 or 3, my lord, that bring you word. Macduff is fled to England.
Fled to England?
Aye, my good lord.
Time. Thou anticipatest my dread exploits. The castle of Macduff I will surprise. Seize upon Fife. Give to the edge of the sword his wife, his babes, and all unfortunate souls that trace him in his line. No boasting like a fool. This deed I'll do before this purpose cool.
Done to make him fly the land?
You must have patience, madam.
He had none. His flight was madness. When our actions do not, our fears do make us traitors.
You know not whether it was his wisdom or his fear.
Wisdom! To leave his wife, to leave his babes, His mansion and his titles and the place from whence himself does fly. He loves us not. All is the fear, and nothing is the love.
My dearest coz, I pray you school yourself. But for your husband, he is noble, wise, judicious, and best knows the fits of the season. I dare not speak much further. But cruel are the times when we are traitors and do not know ourselves. I take my leave of you. Blessing upon you.
Sirrah, your father's dead. And what will you do now? How will you live?
As birds do, Mother.
What, with words and flies?
With what I get, I mean. And so do they. Was my father a traitor?
Aye, that he was.
And what is a traitor?
Why, one that swears and lies.
And be all traitors that do so?
Everyone that does so is a traitor and must be hanged.
Who must hang them?
Why, the honest men.
Then the liars and swearers are fools. For there are liars and swearers enough to beat the honest men and hang up them.
Poor prattler, how thou talk'st.
Bless you, fair dame. I am not even known. I doubt some danger does approach you nearly. If you will take a homely man's advice, be not found here. Hence, with your little ones.
Whither should I fly? I have done no harm. But I remember now I am in this earthly world where to do harm is often laudable.
Where's your husband?
I hope in no place so unsanctified where such as thou mayst find him.
He's a traitor.
Thou liest! Thou shag-haired villain!
What, you egg? Young fry of treachery!
Let us seek out some desolate shade, and there weep our sad bosoms empty.
Let us rather hold fast the mortal sword, and like good men bestride our downfall and birth them. Each new day, new widows howl, new orphans cry, new sorrows strike heaven on the face, that it resounds as if it felt with Scotland.
What I believe I'll wail. What you have spoken may be so perchance. This tyrant, whose sole name blisters our tongue, was once thought honest. You have loved him well. He hath not touched you yet. But something you may deserve of him through me, to offer up a weak, poor, innocent lamb to appease an angry God.
I am not treacherous.
But Macbeth is. A good and virtuous nature may recoil in an imperial charge.
Then I have lost my hopes.
Perchance even there where I did find my doubt.
Bleed! Bleed! Bleed, poor country! Great tyranny, lay thou basest shore. I would not be the villain that thou thinkst.
Be not offended. I think our country sinks beneath the yoke. It weeps, it bleeds, and each new day a gash is added to her wounds. Yet my poor country shall have more vices than it had before by him that shall succeed.
What should he be?
It is myself, I mean, in whom I know all the particulars of vice so grafted, that when they shall be opened, Black Macbeth will seem as pure as snow.
Not in the legions of horrid hell can come a devil more damned in evils to top Macbeth.
I grant him bloody, but there's no bottom, none in my voluptuousness. And my desire, all continent impediments would o'erbear that did oppose my will. Better Macbeth than such a one to reign.
But fear not yet to take upon you what is yours. There cannot be that vulture in you to devour so many as will to greatness dedicate themselves, finding it so inclined.
With this, there grows in my most ill-composed affection such a staunchless avarice that, were I king, I should cut off the nobles for their lands, desire his jewels and this other's house. And my more having would be as a sauce to make me hunger more. That I should forge quarrels unjust against the good and loyal, destroying them for wealth.
Oh, Scotland! Scotland!
If such a one be fit to govern, speak. I am as I have spoken.
Fit to govern? No, not fit to live! Thy royal father was a most sainted king. The queen that bore thee, more oftener upon her knees, died every day she lived. Fare thee well. The evils thou hast breathed upon thyself have banished me from Scotland. Oh, my breast, thy hope ends here.
This noble passion, child of integrity, hath from my soul wiped the black scruples. For even now I put myself to thy direction, unspeak mine own detraction, and here abjure the taints and blames I laid upon myself for strangers to my nature. I am yet unknown to woman. Never was forsworn, scarcely have coveted what was mine own. At no time broke my faith. My first false speaking was this upon myself. What I am truly is thine and my poor country's to command. Now will together, and the chance of goodness be like our warranted quarrel. Why are you silent?
Such welcome and unwelcome things all at once, 'tis hard to reconcile.
See who comes here.
My ever-gentle cousin. Welcome hither.
Stand Scotland where it did.
Alas, poor country, almost afraid to know itself. It cannot be called our mother, but our grave, where good men's lives expire before the flowers in their caps.
Be it their comfort. We are coming thither.
Would I could answer this comfort with the like. But I have words that would be howled out in the desert air where hearing should not latch them.
What concern they?
No mind that's honest, but in it shares some woe, though the main part pertains to you alone.
Well, if it be mine, keep it not from me. Quickly, let me have it.
Your castle is surprised, your wife and babe savagely slaughtered.
Merciful heaven. The grief that does not speak whispers the o'er-fraught heart and bids it break.
My children, too?
Wife, children, servants, all that could be found.
My wife killed, too?
We have said.
Be comforted. Let's make us medicines of our great revenge to cure this deadly grief.
He has no children. All my pretty ones. Did you say all?
Dispute it like a man.
I shall do so, but I must also feel it as a man. Not for their own demerits, but for mine. Fell slaughter on their souls. wrest them down.
Be this the whetstone of your sword. Convert grief into anger. Blunt not the heart, enrage it.
Cut short all intermission. Front to front, bring thou this fiend of Scotland and myself. Within my sword's length, set him.
This tune goes manly. Come, go into the king. Our power is ready. Our lack is nothing but our leave. Macbeth is ripe for shaking, and the powers above put on their instruments. Receive what cheer you may. Long is the night that never finds the day.
Throw her nightgown upon her, unlock her closet, take forth paper, fold it, write upon't, read it, afterwards seal it, then again return to bed. Yet all this while in a most fast sleep.
In this slumbery agitation, besides walking and other performances, what at any time have you heard her say?
That, madam, which I will not report after her.
You may to me, and 'tis most meet you should.
Neither to you nor anyone, having no witness to confirm my speech. Oh, you! Here she comes. This is her very eyes, and upon my life fast asleep.
You see, her eyes are open.
Aye, but their senses shut.
As if she does now. Look how she rubs her hands.
I have known her continue in this a quarter of an hour.
Yet here's a spot. Out, damn spot! Out, I say! 1, 2. Why then 'tis time to do't. Hell is murky. Fly, my lord, fly! A soldier and a feared. What need we fear? Who knows it, but none can call our power to account. Yet who would have thought the old man to have so much blood in him?
Do you want that?
The Thane of Five had a wife.
Where is she now?
What? Will these hands never be clean? No more of that, my lord, no more of that. You mar all with this starting.
I've known you should not.
She has spoken what she should not. I am sure of that.
Yet here's the smell of the blood still. All the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand. Oh! Oh! Oh!
This disease is beyond my practice. Yet I have known those who have walked in their sleep who have died holily in their beds.
Wash your hands. Put on your nightgown. Look not so pale. I tell you yet again, Banquo's buried. He cannot come out on's grave. To bed. To bed. There's knocking at the gate. Come, give me your hand. Come, give me your hand! What's done can't be undone. To bed. To bed. To bed. To bed.
More needs she the divine than the physician. God forgive us all. Look after her. Remove from her the means of all annoyance, and still keep eyes upon her. So good night. I think but dare not speak.
Bring me no more reports, let them fly on. To Burnham remove to Dunsinane I cannot taint with fear. What's the boy, Malcolm? Fear not, Macbeth, for no man that's born of woman shall e'er have power upon thee.
Soldiers, sir.
What soldiers, Patch?
The English force, so please you.
Take thy face hence. Satan! I am sick at heart when I behold Satan, I say! I've lived long enough. My way of life has fallen into the sear, the yellow leaf, and that which should accompany old age I must not look to have. Satan! What news more?
All is confirmed, my lord, which was reported.
Give me my armor.
'Tis not needed yet.
I'll put it on.
How fares your patient, doctor?
Not so sick, my lord, as she is troubled with thick-coming fancies that keep her from her rest.
Cure her of that.
Therein the patient must minister to himself.
Throw physic to the dogs, I'll none of it. I will not be afraid of death and bane till Burnham Forest come to Dunsinane. What is that noise?
It is the cry of women, my good lord.
I have almost forgot the taste of fears. The time has been my senses would have cooled to hear a night shriek, and my fell of hair would at a dismal treatise rouse and stir as if life were in't. I have supped full with horrors. Direness familiar to my slaughterous thoughts cannot once start me. Wherefore was that cry?
The queen, my lord, is dead.
She should have died hereafter. There would have been a time for such a word. Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow. A poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Thou comest to use thy tongue, thy story quickly.
Gracious, my lord, I looked toward Burnham, and anon methought the wood began to move.
If thou speakest false upon the next tree, thou shalt hang alive till famine cling thee. They have tied me to a stake. I cannot fly. But bear-like I must fight the course. What's he that's not born of woman? Such a one am I to fear, or else none.
Turn, hellhound. Turn!
Of all men else I have avoided thee. But get me back. My soul is too much charged with blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is in my sword, thou bloodier villain, and terms can give thee out.
Thou losest labor. Let fall thy blade on vulnerable crests. Aye, their charming life, which must not yield to one woman born.
Despair thy charm, and let the angel whom thou still hast served tell thee. Macbeth was from his mother's womb untimely ripped.
Cursed be the tongue that tells me so, for it hath cowed my better part of man. I will not fight with thee!
Yield thee, coward, and live to be the show and gaze at the time. We'll have thee as our rare monsters are. Painted on the pole and under rig, here may you see the tyrant.
I will not yield. To kiss the ground before young Malcolm's feet, and to be baited with the rabble's curse. Yet I will try to last. Before
Before my body I throw my warlike shield. Lay on, Macduff, and damned be him that first cries, hold enough!
I would the friend's weakness were safe arrived.
Some must go off, and yet by these I see so great a day as this is cheaply bought.
Hail, King, for so thou art. Behold, where stands the usurper's cursed head. The time is free. I see thee compassed by thy kingdom's pearl, who speak their salutations in their minds, whose voices I desire aloud with mine. Hail, King of Scotland!
Hail, King of Scotland!